Neon Genesis Evangelion. I am sure this is a name most people have heard. The show is known for its unique presentation and its character analyses/breakdowns. But like the title says, I'm surprised this show worked, at least at the time it came out. To explain why I think this way, I think I should start with my experience with the show. Spoiler warning, obviously. My first time watching Evangelion was last summer. I was literally just looking for something quick but good, when the show came to my mind. I heard a lot of good things and finally decided to watch it. And bam! I was hooked. The first episodes didn't really get me that much. It was good, but nothing special. Then episode 14 hit, with Ray's monologue, and that basically was my first time thinking there's more to this. I think this is also the point where Evangelion shows its true colors. 2 episodes after this, we get the first kind of trippy sequence of Shinji communicating with Lilith, the 12th angel. These sequences kept ramping up and I was thinking, wow, the show is actually fucking amazing. Then we hit episode 25. I'm sure most people are not surprised, but I didn't really enjoy this episode the first time. We left episode 24 with lots of questions and an ending that I would classify as a sort of cliffhanger after Shinji killed Kaworu. My expectations were high, but I was worried. Before starting the show, I've seen this picture a few times. I basically researched the best watch order and came to the conclusion that just watching episode 25 and 26, then End of Eva, was the best way. With everything I saw about the 2 episodes, though, I was prepared for something weird. I was not prepared enough? To no one's surprise, I didn't really enjoy episode 25. I thought surely episode 26 will clear things up. Nothing. After finishing the show, I was left empty? This thing I enjoyed, the show I loved, couldn't end like this, right? The problem was not that the episodes were bad, but rather that it didn't feel like a proper finale that was set up in any way. Everything in them felt like it came out of nowhere, and neither one explained anything. The big, or rather giant positive, is that I loved End of Evangelion. It is probably my new favorite movie of all time. Again, I saw this picture. So while watching End of Eva, I was kind of thinking about when episodes 25 and 26 take place. I know that this idea is something that has been debated, and what End of Eva is to the show has many different ideas and possibilities. Like, it's an alternate ending. The idea I proposed here, and also I heard some more interpretations. In hindsight, I love episodes 25 and 26, with episode 26 being one of my favorites. But I won't deny that it took at least one explained video. Even after finishing everything, including the End of Eva and my love returning, it still took a lot of videos discussing the show and breaking it down. Plus, 3 rewatches in like 3 months to really appreciate everything. However, I don't think this is a negative. I actually love shows that reward rewatching and are harder to understand. But this is also where I return to my original point. In my opinion, this show should not have worked. As I stated, even though I love the show, I already watched videos explaining and analyzing the small details basically the next day. It is full of really small details that are stated in maybe one sentence that solve huge mysteries. A normal person will obviously not be able to analyze everything, and most people will have to watch videos on it to fully understand or appreciate it. Most people will probably realize what my point is. A show that is basically required to be at least rewatched once in the worst case and requires a proper analysis in the best case came out in a time where easily rewatching something isn't as accessible as it is today. This feels like it is doomed to fail, right? The more I think about it, the more I feel like Neon Genesis was made for modern times. A time where I can both binge it and easily rewatch it. not something that is made for a weekly release where you will obviously forget things. Writing this out now, I am honestly surprised I haven't read this idea nowhere before. The only explanation I really have is that my reasoning is something that is present in modern shows. With streaming becoming the norm, many shows are using the ability to easily rewatch, to hide details and lines that only make sense after watching it more than one time. Obviously, there were movies back then that also had a lot of rewatch value and had details hidden in them. Again, I don't think that Evangelion shouldn't have worked because you find little things that only make sense on a rewatch, but rather that it feels like it is required to understand the show. I hope I made my point clear with this relatively quick explanation, but I don't think my take here needs any deeper analysis. I still wanna go over why I think the show worked, despite the points I made here. For that, we need to go back to our beloved episodes 25 and 26. I think these episodes prove something that in hindsight sounds really obvious. That being that for Evangelion, the messaging and themes have always been more important than the story and lore. We see this in different ways, the idea of the Hedgehog's dilemma being introduced in episode 3, and after that we see many characters acted out. The show is vocal about the struggles of the characters, the whole point of some angels being able to communicate with the humans by basically entering their mind is obviously for us to learn more about the people. And the closer we are to the end of the show, the more this happens. So when we reach the finale, it shouldn't be a surprise that the two final episodes are only character dissection. The big point of this ending was to have a thematic finale instead of a story focused one. So if the creators think it is more important to end thematically, that should also prove that that is what was more important throughout the whole show. Although Evangelion is full of dark themes, tragic characters, and an overall depressing theme, the overall message is that you can improve, that life can be better. I don't think I have to say that this is something many people should and need to hear. As someone who hasn't been in the best state of mind in 2025 for multiple reasons, I luckily watched the series at the perfect time. This might sound corny, but this fucking show actually helped me feel better and feeling like I am actually improving in some social areas. So yes, obviously, I believe that a message about loving yourself and that life will suck, but it also will get better is something that many people need and can relate to. That's the reason why I believe Evangelion still worked. Because of the themes, characters, and messages, many people related to them and enjoyed it. Because of that, the fact that there are so many questions about the lore and world never felt like they needed to be answered. I do believe that is everything I have to say. This is my first time making a video like this, and I am honestly not that proud of the script. I still hope everyone watching will enjoy this. I also should say that this channel won't be focused on Evangelion or anime in general, but rather just the shit I want to talk about. With that being said, I'm gonna repeat myself. I hope you all enjoyed this video and we will see what might happen next.